Hey, baby. You looking fine. This is the Tales from the Crawl Space Road Snacks episode. Where we doing the What?
This episode's about food.
Wait, what?
This episode's about food, not sex. You've got the entire episode wrong, dude.
Food? Had so many jokes planned for this shit.
Well, maybe next episode.
TFTC Radio, it's 11:25 on TFTC Radio. Don't let your truck idle too long, you cheese bags. It's Jack, it's Tales from the Crawl Space, and over here I have Brad.
I really should have thrown on Reeling in the Years from Steely Dan while you were doing that. So you can do that talk over. I love the talk over.
Oh man, I tell you that's what made me want to be on the radio so long ago when the guys actually had personality and talk over top of the songs. That's right, 11:25.
I am Nicaragua.
Burnt toast and coffee time, 11:25.
68 degrees on the outside, 98.6 on the inside.
Well, today, my friend, we are talking about road snacks.
I hope y'all are feeling snacky tonight.
That's right. We're going to talk about food. Fuck them bugs. We're going to talk about food today.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, I've eaten, I've gone absolutely nothing. And I tell you, the poll is really indicative of what kind of cheese bags we have, I think.
Oh, absolutely. It was a total trash fire. That's what it was.
I love it. And I fucking love it. I think it's great. But before we get into the funny shit, I believe you got something serious you want to bring up, and I want to make sure that gets all the time it needs.
I want to pass along our condolences to Kevin Wilhite, who recently lost a beloved member of his family. It was his cousin, and just I saw about it on Facebook, and I just want Kevin to know that we're all of our hearts are with you, and you have our sympathies. It's really tough. Sometimes, a lot of us have cousins that we were really close to as kids. They were almost like siblings. I know myself. It's like I had several cousins that, we were tight as tight could get. And, as we got older and got involved in our own lives and started having kids and whatnot, we kind of drifted a little bit apart, but, it sucks when something like that gets you closer together, like a death. But Kevin, I can't exactly speak for what you're feeling right now, but whatever it is, we're with you.
Always sending you love, Kevin. Definitely. I'm so sorry. And if you need to reach out to, us for whatever, anything we can do, just let us know for sure.
Exactly. Yep. I also wanted to pass along a little love to my Crusader of Contempt, Russell Goswiller. I'm sorry. I'll be the first to admit he's my man crush. What can I say? Jack, you've seen his videos. You've seen his posts on Facebook. The man is a legend in this time. And, I'll be honest with you, this guy has got more masculinity in his one remaining ball than you and I have combined together in our entire pelvic region. He is just, I'm sorry. He just exudes manliness. And,
I have to ask, if you're riding a bike and you have one ball, does it sit on the seat or what? Does it flop to one side of the seat or the other? I'm always wondering that. I would ask Lance Armstrong if I knew him.
Oh, well, Russell, if you're listening, give Jack his answer if you don't mind. And, we also understand that, if you only have two balls, you still don't have two strikes against you. So that's good.
Well, I tell you, one thing that kind of sucked for me is during the hiatus, I went to go see Blackberry Smoke, my absolute favorite band. Mm-hmm. And while I was there, they had a guy sitting in playing drums because Britt Turner has been battling glioblastoma for the past couple of years. I remember the last time he was out, he came back a week after brain surgery and started playing again, going on tour, a week after brain surgery. But just this past week, Britt Turner passed away from glioblastoma. And that sucks because I am a horrible drummer, but a drummer nonetheless. And I met the man personally. He's a fantastic guy. And the Blackberry Smoke fans are more like a family, almost like Grateful Dead people are. And so it kind of sent shockwaves through the family that Britt passed away. But so yeah, that sucks. But love you, Britt. Thank you for all the music you provided over the years. You're a fantastic guy, and I hope you're not feeling any of that bullshit you've been putting up with for years now.
I know how you feel, Jack. It seems like as guys and gals that spend a lot of time on the road in this thing of ours, running routes and everything like that, we get a close fondness with our music. We identify with it. We try to get the meaning out of every lyric, and it gets in our head, and we really groove on it. So yeah, we share your loss, man.
Yeah, man, I tell you, that music did save my life a couple times, I'll tell you. But enough with the sad shit. We got some food to talk about.
Oh, we'll talk about sad shit. Let's talk about that poll you put on Facebook the other day. We'll talk about the sad shit.
Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to start with number 10. I said we bring up the top 10, and there was a lot of ones that had the same rating, so I kind of grouped them all together for each percentage. So, for number 10, for road snacks, we have the $1 stale donut, toilet paper from a customer's trash can. I'm guessing you're getting it with the extra protein in it if it's in the trash can.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get even better protein if it's lit at the side of their bed.
At least it's not on the wall. At least it's not on the wall, right?
That's right. Hashtag Jim wall.
We got rodents in bait stations and tin cats.
That depends on freshness.
Yes, it does.
When it comes to that, freshness is everything. I mean, if you do like your meat aged, I'm into a good country ham. Don't get me wrong. The older the better. But those are under certain conditions, and they're salted down and everything, cured and whatnot.
This next one must be from a Vietnamese cheese bag, because we do have listeners in Vietnam. I've looked at the stats. We do have a listener in Vietnam, but we have dehydrated fish and chicken feet.
Oh, you know what? Dehydrated fish is awesome. I'll be honest with you. If you are into that umami flavor, and not the umami flavor I was talking about in the last podcast, but the savory, the salty, that what the French call a certain, I don't know what.
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. And if you're looking for that, I love it, because my daughter would always go. She was at a loss to what to put in my stocking for Christmas, so she runs over to the Asian or the international grocery store in Castleton and just picks up random shit and throws it in my stocking, and I love it. She got me hooked on dried squid. And she also got me hooked on these little tiny fish. I thinking they're like anchovies or like little sardines, or I don't know, it's bait basically. And, but they're dried, they're seasoned. They put like spicy peppers and stuff. And you look on the back and the ingredients, it's like it's translated from the original Asian to English, and they call it business fish.
Business fish.
Exactly. Okay. I felt pretty prestigious when I was, I'm a business. I got business fish, and it's like, it's like business. I think of business fish. You see like the fish with it in a gray flannel suit. You go you look in your desk. There's like a pile of worms sitting there, and he looks up. You look up at him, and that fish goes, "You earned it, buddy."
I'm working over here.
Is business fish.
The next one I take a little bit of issue with, and for a reason I'll tell you real quick, contract block. Now, to me, contract block would be the Nature Valley granola bar of snacks, because it would just fall apart when you bite it. I'm more along the lines of a Blue Max. They're less messy when you're driving.
Mm-hmm.
They don't break apart like contract blocks would.
Is Blue Max a soft bait?
No, it's that block bait that's supposed to. Yeah, it came out. I think it was a Leaf Attack thing. I think, and it came out. And it was not supposed to be moisture resistant, where it wouldn't turn into a big green floofy blob if it sat in a wet area. But the thing is that mice had to try to get something off of it. They couldn't actually take a chunk off of it. They had to chip away at it. So it didn't last long in the market. So
I could imagine weather block being very binding in the digestive system.
Yeah, kind of get blocked up.
I mean, because it's like this. It's got no character. Because you look at a contract block, you look at die track, you look at other types of bait, and they have the little pieces of millet and whatever type of seeds and stuff. You look at a fucking weather block, it ain't got shit in it but blue. And that's probably be like, like some sort of hard cheese, like a what is it? Like a Pecorino Romano or
right.
or a Parmigiano Reggiano or Grana. But I can see a mouse eating that and not being able to shit for days afterwards. I, on the other hand, I'm a first strike man. First strike is soft bait.
Nice and chewy.
It's like it's like taffy. It's like almost like a fudgy type. It's like a cross between fudge and taffy. It smells irresistible, and it comes in its own little snack pack.
Yes, it does.
It has that little paper thing with the label on it and everything. It's just adorable, and it's really smooth on the palate. So I would say I'm a first strike guy. What can I say?
Well, if I wanted to shit blue, I'd either get a Smurf cake from the grocery store or drink a raspberry Gatorade. That'll guarantee you shit blue.
Man, there is nothing like that fucking blue icing that you get at a grocery store.
I know.
Like, it's now you feel it, now you don't. When you put it in your mouth, it's like, what the fuck was that?
And your
like,
teeth are blue, and your tongue's blue, and everything.
Yeah, your tongue turns blue, and then you go take a crap, and it's like, oh wow, I just shit a Smurf.
All right. Next up is McDonald's. Enough said. That's just
the old standby. No, I'm sorry. Everybody hates on McDonald's, but god damn it, I know you fuckers out there are lining up at that drive-through. You're getting up at the kiosk and all this other good shit. Don't fucking try to hide it from us. We know it. Yeah, McDonald's is your kind of place, and I'm telling you what. I actually service several McDonald's. And I've been servicing McDonald's for years in 3 different companies. Four. Every damn place I've worked, I've had to deal with a McDonald's. And I'll tell you what, man, it's like the kiosks are great. I mean, because you can be doing your service, you go in the back, you take care of business, blah 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 blah. You go out to the dining room, and while you're doing the dining room, you go ahead and punch your order in the kiosk. Finish the dining room. By the time it's time is for them to sign the ticket, the phone, your order's ready. So it's like you're grabbing that shit and you're out the damn door. And I'm sorry, man. The McDonald's hash browns it's my jam.
They're really good.
Yeah, they are.
Bojangles Bow Rounds are better though.
We don't have Bojangles up in this bitch, so I'm going to have to take your word for it. I have in my many travels as a Club Wyndham member during my vacations, I have driven past many a Bojangles, but now on your advice, I think I'll stop.
Oh, dude, the country ham and egg biscuit with some Bow Rounds is fucking fantastic. I had that this morning.
Stop the presses. You're telling me Bojangles has country ham on the menu?
Yes, they do, and they do breakfast all day long, and the biscuits beat the shit out of any other chicken joint biscuits by far.
Get the fuck out of here!
Oh, they're so good. Wow. I had one this morning going up the mountain, country ham and egg. But I will say this about McDonald's: when my ass was knowing that I was going to be broke, everything that I bought, I put my change in the center console because before McDonald's jacked up the prices, the hamburgers were 79 cents a piece. So I would get. I had my bottle of water, so I would get 3 hamburgers and an apple pie for like $3.25, and that was all center console change. I'd be rooting around for quarters and dimes just to try to eat lunch. So been there, done that, got the T-shirt for sure.
Yeah, I mean, on a fleet side vehicle, the best thing is the fact that they still put 2 cup holders on there. It's like, yeah, sure, a trainee might have something to drink, but who gives a fuck? Fuck them, they can hold it in their lap.
That's my change.
But the second one is for your loose change. Because let's face it, they don't put ashtrays in vehicles anymore.
Nope.
I have a 1994 Dodge Dakota. That son of a bitch still has an ashtray, and the damn thing, every time I hit a bump, it pops open because of all the loose change in it. And
it's overloaded.
It is. It is totally overloaded. But I don't drive it enough to actually. I don't eat it in the damn thing because, actually, it's sitting in the driveway of William the Merciful right now because, I drive the truck. I drive the work truck home, which has a hell of a lot more than loose change in it. If you've seen my floorboard, there's probably I probably have a car payment worth of change in that damn ashtray. So one of these days when money's tight, I'm gonna have to drive down to Bill's house and fucking empty that ashtray. But yeah. I mean, I have eaten entire lunches out of cup holders, ashtrays, the little pocket on the side door.
Oh yeah.
And if you know what you're doing, you can actually get a decent meal for a small piece of change. Even today, even during the era of so-called Bidenflation, yeah, you can get a good meal, and we'll touch on that a little bit later.
All right, and I got to tell you, for free meals, I have to throw. When I was working for the second largest school system in the country, there's this one school they had for troubled kids from the rest of the school system. They sent them there. They had special classes. One of the classes they had was like home skills, and one of them skills was cooking. And every Wednesday, they'd have a cooking class at the end of the day, and they wanted people to try the food. So I'd make sure I did my service right about that time because they'd have me sit down and get a free lunch, dinner for me. So yeah, I took advantage of that shit. But speaking of good stuff,
awesome.
these are one of my favorite things. Extra baked Cheez-Its, the ones that are a little bit burnt. Oh, I fucking love those. Those are so good.
Yes.
Weed is another one there. Weed. Large amounts of shrooms and intermittent fasting. To me, intermittent fasting is just when I run out of console change and can't eat.
There you go. Or you're running on a 20-stop route and you ain't got time to eat.
Right.
Yeah. That French fry on your floorboard starting to look pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, you turn on the floor, the foot heater, and push and kick the French fry so it warms up a little bit. So yeah, so the grease isn't so congealed. Those all came in at 0% on the poll. Now number 9 all came in at 1%. We have, and I'm surprised this didn't get rated higher. Casey's Pizza.
That's all I got.
I know, and yeah, I know.
That was your vote, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't even me. But I know I turned you on to Casey's Pizza because you sent me an audio of you chewing.
Oh, Casey's Pizza. Yeah. I am definitely a convert. Casey's Pizza is something special, and the coolest part about Casey's Pizza is that they know what you're doing, and that's eating that fucker while you're driving. And because they don't put a whole lot of sauce on it. But the sauce that they put on it is highly concentrated. So you've got that rich tomato flavor when you're biting into it. But you don't have all this freaking volcanic lava sauce rolling down your chest and on your balls and everything like that when you're trying to drive. And it's beautiful. The cheese is melty if you catch it at the right time of day, which is usually about 7:45 in the morning. And it's perfect. The cheese doesn't slide off, the sauce doesn't drip on you, the crust doesn't fall apart, and the flavor and all the flavors there are on point. So yeah, Jack. Oh, yeah. I mean, thank you very much for turning me on to that.
Well, when I came out to see you, and I knew that the first Casey's I came across on that one exit, I can't remember what it's called. I was like, my ass is stopping for Casey's.
Yeah. Not too long ago, I sent you a picture. I guess Donald Trump was out campaigning somewhere, and he's like, bringing in he's holding like 5 or 6 boxes of Casey's Pizza.
You brought the good shit. That's worth the vote right there. But
hell yeah. I mean, Donald Trump, love him, hate him, whatever. Who gives a fuck? I don't want to talk about politics, but the dude knows his junk food. I mean, like when what was it? The NCAA football or basketball champs, he invited him to the White House, and it was, and what'd he do? He got McDonald's and Chick-fil-A and put them all in the White House. Yeah, I had it all spread out on this great table and everything, and everybody come in, and everybody fucking loved it. So, hell yeah. Like I said, love him or hate him, the dude knows his, the dude knows his junk food.
That he does. All right, next up we have salmon pouches.
Salmon pouches.
I can kind of see that if that's your thing. I mean, I've gotten the tuna pouches and ate it with a plastic fork. Not bad.
Okay. I know what you're talking about now. Like the little Stark, chicken of the sea things you get. Yeah. And sometimes they're flavored and stuff like that. Yeah. And I remember my boss from the Scarlet Letter, fucking was trying to lose some weight and get healthy, and he was just eating those daily. He ended up having a fucking gout attack like you wouldn't believe from it. Yeah, there must be something in tuna that triggers gout. I don't know. I like my tuna, but I'm not going to sit there and eat a pouch of tuna when I'm trying to drive.
But that could stake up a truck in the summer. Ooh.
Sometimes on purpose, sometimes it's a prank.
We got convenience store burritos, soy tofu cubes. Well, I don't know who the fuck put that in there. It's like eating boogers. It's like eating
I want
boogers.
to know who it is so I can ban them from PCHD.
Candy bars. That's a go-to. Ghost energy drinks.
Okay.
A Tesco meal deal. Tesco's a European thing, isn't it? So I think one of our European cheese bags put that in there. I'd have to learn more what's in the meal deal, and string cheese. I have to say I have rocked some string cheese at work.
Oh, totally. Yeah. The cheese heads. I love them. Yeah, sometimes they throw a little curve on you, and you get those multi-packs where you've got the mozzarella and you've got the cheddar, and you're trying to pull a string out of the cheddar stick, and it's not happening. You're like, what the fuck, man? It's just like, I mean, I like cheddar cheese, but I mean, come on, man, in stick form, that sucks all the fun out of it.
Yeah, it does. It does. I'd rather peel it. All right,
Exactly.
So we're going to number 8 with 2% of the vote. We have chips. Chicken, rice, and protein shakes. I guess someone's looking after their health. Good for them. I guess I get mundane after a while. Speedway hot food. I guess Speedway is a gas station. We have them around here. Speedway hot food. Is that you?
Speedway. Speedway hot food. That was, I think that was me. No. Mine was different. But Speedway hot food is awesome. And I'll tell you why. Because you can get that most times for free. And, how you do it? Okay, if anybody has a Speedway, Super America, those are in your location. If you do not have the Speedy Rewards card program, get it. Get it now, especially in a work truck, because you're not paying for gas unless you're an owner operator. And Oli Ivy, I strongly suggest you become one. I would say, yeah, exactly. So I would definitely suggest signing up for the program. You can rack up points. Once you get on the program, they give you like perks, which every month they do a double thing. You can get double points and whatnot. Sign up for those. Every time you pump gas, scan that card, get it. You're adding up points. I have gotten over the years. I've got blown through hundreds of thousands of points on this thing, and I usually use it for either something food, big ass fountain drinks, or something like that. You can get other merchandise items, discount on gas. Who gives a fuck about discount on gas when somebody else is paying for it? But typically during the week, Monday through Thursday, I pack a lunch. It's usually something extremely delicious that my beautiful bride Ellen has made. Like this week was chicken salad. She made a bunch of chicken salad. I ate it for 4 fucking days, and every day it was great. But on Friday is the day I go slumming. I go look for the dirty BBC of food, which is gas station food. And so I get out there, I break out my Speedy Rewards card, and I get me. They have pizza, the pizza go round in there. They have a hot display of various questionable sandwiches. Like cheeseburgers, spicy chicken, which is all spice and no chicken. They have a rib sandwich similar to the McRib, but again, just like Casey's with their pizza, that the sauce is actually more of a rub. So when you bite in it, you get that spectacular barbecue, imitation gas station barbecue flavor that you would get from a McRib, but without all the freaking sauce running down on you.
Oh, okay.
It's again, you catch it at the right time of day. Don't be going in there at 2:30 in the afternoon and expecting you're getting a nice fresh sandwich, because you're not. You're going to get something that it's like eating a Red Wing King Toe boot. But again, it's free. Who cares? So it's something to keep your stomach quiet until you can actually get home and eat some legitimate food. But and I have eaten many. I mean, if anybody has seen me full on, you could tell this guy has eaten a lot of gas station food. But I'm telling you what, I haven't paid a fucking dime for any of it. So, and it's all because of those points. Your boss is gracious enough to actually pay for the gas, so use it to your advantage. Get those points. He ain't getting those points. Fuck him. and cash in on some food, guys.
Well, I tell you, we do have speedways out here, but not a lot of them. But 7-Elevens, you can't throw a rock without hitting a fucking 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven bought Speedway a couple of years ago.
I think I noticed that when I was down in near Camp Lejeune. Yeah, but one thing about 7-Eleven is you put your phone number in when you check out at the counter and everything, and it adds points. And if you have the app, like every day of the week, they have like a little special, like get something free if you buy something, whatever. And they had a buy one get one free from the cold drink cooler. But their 7-Eleven big tall bottles of water, the 7 Select water, was already buy one get one free. So I'd get 4 bottles of water for the price of 1.
Yeah.
So I took advantage of that shit, and I racked up so many points because I was working 1 to 9:30 at night, so I'd stop like 2 or 3 times a day for coffee. And all the points I'd rack up after like 6 months, I ate lunch when I was broke. I ate lunch off that fucking points for a week.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. So yeah, take advantage of it.
And that is the perfect use of your points, your loyalty points in places like that, is to get yourself a little something to get you through the day without having to spend any funds. And again, it's basically like thank your boss next time you see him for paying for gas, because that guy is actually feeding you and not even knowing about it. So.
Okay, next up is Monster Energy drinks, which to me is like tongue punching a hooker in the fart box.
Absolutely.
It's just nasty.
Yeah.
Formosans and Uthika is on the list.
Uthika.
It got 2%. It scored better than Casey's Pizza.
Uthika is more of a breakfast thing for me.
Crunchy
because,
with milk.
Well, it's eggs, So, you normally associate eggs with breakfast. It's like, so, I will definitely, have a mess of Uthika in a skillet next to maybe some rat belly, smoked and cured.
Rat belly. Nice.
Rat belly's awesome, man. I'll tell you what, you just render that little bit of lard that they got right behind their haunches and cook it all in that. That's eating.
Make yourself a roux with it. Yeah,
absolutely. Burgoo, baby.
All right. Next on the list is sadness. Sadness. Have you ever had sadness for lunch, Brad?
I have had sadness for breakfast, lunch, dinner.
And
a midnight snack. And when I was feeling like a hobbit, I would have it for second breakfast, too.
Second breakfast. That's right, second breakfast.
Yes. Feeding off of sadness is only good when you are feeding off the sadness of someone else besides yourself.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
But did you have them for 11sies?
11sies? No. Never for 11sies. That was always elfin bread.
All right, next up we got Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies and Nutter Butters, which fucking love those Nutter Butters. Some things are good.
Yes, and Little Debbie's at gas stations, they don't even fuck with it. The oatmeal cream pies. You get the Big Mac of oatmeal cream pies. You get the third layer of oatmeal goodness right in there. You get a little extra cream here, a little extra cream here. Yeah, that's great. I'm sorry though. As much as I love the Nutty Bars and the oatmeal pies, the zebra cakes are.
Yeah,
they are absolutely phenomenal. And my favorite thing to do with a zebra cake is take that zebra cake when I buy it, throw it in my cooler that I should have my apprehend in apparently, but we'll get to that. And let that frosting solidify a little more, so that way when I pull it out, I'm like chipping it off, right? And my goal as I'm driving is to get all of the frosting off of that sucker and have a completely naked zebra bar there, and then I smash that fucker. It's like 2 bites, and yeah, it's a game.
That makes my pancreas hurt.
Make your pancreas. I was going to say your penis and your pancreas.
My penis makes my penis hurt. And that's for the dynamic duo. They always like it when I say penis, so that makes my penis hurt.
Here's to you, Nords.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have cocaine.
You know what? Okay, I get it. But my problem with cocaine is I've only done cocaine twice in my life. Each time it made me feel like God, and I didn't feel like I could handle that much responsibility, so I never did it again.
Well, I think you'd be getting to your stops way early.
I get that. Yeah, probably so. And, but yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, man. Cocaine's a no-go for this guy.
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, might be all right for some, but not for the Harveys.
But all right, and now to round out the 2% category, and I'm surprised this didn't score higher because for me it would be way higher. Coffee. I have subsisted off of
without
coffee.
saying, doesn't it? I mean,
you'd think, but it only got 2% on the poll.
You know, did anybody else put blood in there? I mean, because that's basically what coffee is to us,
right?
You know, I mean, every morning I get up, the first thing I do is start the bun machine and get my pot of coffee going. I don't care how many of my dog's legs are crossed wanting to be let out to piss. The coffee goes first, and you know, so I'll drink like half a pot of that before I even leave the house.
Oh yeah,
leave the other half for my wife, and then I get to the office, and what I do, I'm always first one at the office. What do? I start another fucking pot of coffee, and I'm hitting that. Now I drink my coffee black during the week, and on the weekends I put a little cream, maybe a little sugar in it, just because it's the weekend. It's time to treat myself, you know. Hashtag self-care.
Calgon, take me away.
Exactly. It's a bubble bath in a cup. With a little bit of sugar and half in it, baby. But every day I will have 1 cup of, you know, cream and sugar coffee. William the Merciful, he has a wide array. He is a coffee man, big time. Okay, there's always at least 6 cans of Folgers in the cabinet. We got 2 coffee makers in that. We've got a Cuisinart and we have a Bun. I always go with the Cuisinart because you could pause a Cuisinart, you can't pause a Bun. You know, you know, if I want to draw a cup of coffee off of that thing before it's done brewing, I got to use the Cuisinart because it's got that nice little pause feature. And you know, I always rock. You know, he keeps French vanilla, he keeps hazelnut, and he keeps like caramel something, caramel vanilla or some shit like that. So we've got this organizer with 3 different types of creamers in it, and so I'll always have 1 cup of creamed and sugar coffee in the morning at the office, and then it's black from there on out. I'll grab a cup in my PCHD mug that I got from Mr. Franco a long time ago, Francisco Leon, but yeah, coffee. I mean, coffee goes without saying. It's like blood to us.
No, I agree. I live off of it, and I do remember now you having a Bun-O-Matic on your counter in your kitchen, and I was so fucking jealous.
Oh, really? You don't have a bun?
No, I got a Keurig.
Okay. Oh, the Keurig, huh? Okay. I have a Keurig. It's sitting in the garage. It was in my office back when I worked at the Scarlet Letter. But you know, William the Merciful has a good coffee setup, so why bother?
No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. If I had a chance to drink it out of a bun, it's like you know, drinking lemonade out of a glass as opposed to a paper cup or a plastic cup. It just tastes better. It just tastes different. So I think, to me, coffee out of a bun machine just tastes better. So that's just me, though.
Yeah, well, Bun, they knew what they were doing when they made the coffee maker.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, so number 7, we have 1 entry with 3% meth.
Meth?
Scored higher than Casey's Pizza and coffee.
Okay, go to the next one. I'm not even going to entertain color commentary on that one.
Number 6, gas station hot dog with 4%.
God bless the roller grill.
yeah, I've lived off like a roller grill, that's for sure.
I'm telling you what, you know, I remember one time, I don't know if they still have it now, but I went into a gas station. This was when I worked at Big Green Tea. Is this how long ago it was? They not only had they had the roller grill. And then they had the little drawer where the buns were kept nice and warm, and each individually wrapped. You'd pull that sucker out. You'd put that hot dog on the bun, and then you'd go over and you'd have this wide array of pumps. One was pumping ketchup, one was pumping mustard, one was pumping mayonnaise. And why would you put that shit on a hot dog? I have no idea. One was pumping relish.
Yep.
One was hooked up to a plug and it was pumping hot chili. One was pumping, Jack, check this out. One was pumping diced onions. And
I'd
it
be
was
using
the
that
most
one.
disgusting thing I ever saw, man. You put that thing out, it looked like somebody hopped a loogie on your damn hot dog.
Looked like chunky
It was
semen.
it was like slimy and chunky and everything. I was like, what the fuck have I done to my hot dog? And it's like, and the counter's like, you'll pay for that. You'll pay for that. Because I was bitching about it. And I ate it. It was, I mean, it was absolutely horrible. But you know what? It did what it meant. It did what it was supposed to do, which was, calm the stomach down, at least for a few minutes until it actually made a hasty retreat later in the day.
Well, my go-to is chili, mustard, and onions on a hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's my go-to. If I'm getting a hot dog, it's getting at the least, if they don't have chili available, mustard and onions. But I prefer chili, mustard, and onions. I
am chili, onions, and cheese. Usually, it's the liquid cheese coming. Yes, again from
squeeze
a pump.
Cheese, yeah,
the squeeze cheese, exactly. And sometimes I used to carry a can of the aerosol cheese in my truck for mouse traps and whatnot. And sometimes I just get my hot dog chili. It's like I don't want that kind of cheese. I just got in my truck, just use the bait cheese, and which kind of makes me wonder what provoke would taste like on a hot dog.
Oh, hey, it's upon that. Well, if we're eating contract, I might as well fucking find out.
Any of you listeners out there want to try that? Try it and let us know how it tastes.
Please do. All right. Number 5 with 7% is a tie between mixed nuts and starving.
Mixed nuts and starving?
Yes, that's 7% of the vote. Got that.
Now, we'll come back to mixed nuts later, but starving sometimes it is an option, and it's an option that you got to deal with. And mostly the starving part is because your route is so damned overloaded for that particular day. You have absolutely no time not to eat, let alone be creative about what you're going to eat. And even the French fry on the floorboard, you ate that yesterday. So you got nothing. You're fumbling around on your passenger seat. You're finding empty wrappers. You're finding shit. There's absolutely nothing. Even your bottle of Advil is empty. So you can't just like suck the candy coating off of that or anything. So I mean, sometimes starving, you just got to deal with it till you get home. But God help the refrigerator when you get home, right?
Oh God! Don't go grocery shopping.
You fucking hit that refrigerator like it owes you money. And you get in there, and it's just like, I'm sorry, man, nothing is safe in the refrigerator after a 22 stop route. And you get home, you've been out there for 12, 13 hours. You're cussing the freaking scheduler. You're cussing the company. You're cussing life in general. You're shaking your fist at God, and you're just hungry. So, and hopefully you don't walk past the dog's bag of kibble on the way there, because you're going to grab a handful and you're like, but, there's been times I was so hungry. I'd drive I had, when I worked at, the Scarlet Letter, I would drive by the Hills dog food, factory just outside of Richmond on I-70, and I'd be driving through there, and they'd be boiling their horses and dead dogs and cats and whatever, and I'd be like walking through, I'd be driving through, I'd be like, man, that smells fucking good, man. It's all savory and shit. And I was like, man, it's like, God damn, I gotta stop and get me something to eat. It's like, no dice, buddy. I gotta be in Terre Haute, which is on the other side of the state. So, but yeah, I mean, starvation is definitely an option. And I went off on such a goat path on that. What was the other one?
Mixed nuts.
Mixed nuts? Yeah, definitely. Mixed nuts. Mixed nuts are great because 9 out of 10 times they come in like a resealable can. Let's face it, Ziploc technology is awesome, but it's not perfect. You've got something set up there. You got your Ziploc bag. You think you've sealed that Ziploc, close that Ziploc up. And then all of a sudden some dumb fuck brake checks you on the interstate. You got to stop. You find out pretty quick that Ziploc is no damn good. You got nuts hitting the dash and fucking going all over the seat, all over the floorboards. And it's a mess. But no, mixed nuts are great because you got your protein, you got your fats, you got your salt. You got your deliciousness, and it just checks all the boxes.
Cashews and Brazil nuts for me. I love cashews and Brazil nuts.
Cashews and Brazil nuts. I'm with you on the cashews. Brazil nuts go out the window, and hopefully they don't hit anybody's windshield.
Well, I got to say, when it comes to starving, what I would always do, because if you get like a jar of peanut butter for your snap traps, it ends up getting funky and crusty after a while. So I would buy the boxes of the little single serving peanut butter. I think Peter Pan makes some little tiny single servings. You peel the top off of them. It's like enough for a sandwich.
Yeah, you find them at hotel continental breakfast buffets and shit. Yeah.
And Food Lion had them. So I'd get those. So my peanut butter was always fresh. But if I was starving, I'd stop the truck, go around back, grab a couple of them fucking things and eat those. So, but they're fresh. There's not like I'm eating, something with like a little sprinkle of little contract in it. So it worked.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Number 4 with 8% is the coverall pizza. Not specific pizza, just pizza in general. Is with 8% pizza.
Pizza. Yeah. I mean, we talked about pizza at Casey's. Speedway has a pretty respectable pizza. But let's talk a minute about you guys that have Little Caesars franchises in your area.
Oh yeah.
Pizza, motherfuckers. Let's talk about that lunch combo that they got.
The $5 lunch combo.
Well, $6 now, but by inflation.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, this dude, you get a respectable piece of deep dish pizza, and it comes with a soda, and you pay $6 for it. And if you're lucky, it's actually ready when you get there. You say, "Give me the lunch combo." You're getting pepperoni. I don't care. Nobody gives a shit. It's like we're making fucking pepperoni pizzas for the lunch combo. That's what you're getting. Don't ask for a sausage pizza because you're going to have like a 15-minute wait on that. I mean, don't do it, but you're going to have a 15-minute. And if you got 15 minutes to spend, fuck, man, don't, but you get more power to you. But the Little Caesars combo is great. You get, because they cut it into 4 pieces. So you get 4 pieces that are about like this.
Very filling. Very filling.
Exactly. And say what you will about Little Caesars, those bastards make the dough fresh in the store.
Yep.
And especially, I mean, their regular pizzas, meh, I could take it or leave. But these fucking lunch combos, they make them in the pans, similar to like a Detroit style deep dish pizza where they have the square pans and stuff. They pile on the cheese. That cheese gets over on the edge of the thing and scorches on the fucking side. Yeah,
I love that.
I believe the Italians call that frico, and so you get that little crispy edge on the side of it. Now, the only drawback to a Little Caesars pizza is, as opposed to what Casey's does, those motherfuckers at Little Caesars throw some sauce on that damn thing.
Yeah, they do.
Be careful when you eat that. So there is a way to do this, and it's basically, it comes in a cardboard clamshell. So you take the clamshell, you open it up, you tear the lid off of that sucker, and then you use the lid itself. Sometimes you could be really creative, really, really adventurous, and tear that box, the lid in half as well. So you don't have so much as a tray as you have like a little scoop that you hold the pizza in and feed the pizza out towards the outer torn edge where you can nibble on it. That all that sauce and shit stays right in the pan, and then when that piece is done, you just take that fucking you just get all that fucking sauce and shit out of there. It's phenomenal. And you do that, and then rinse and repeat 3 other fucking times, and you've had you a good lunch there. And you can do it in the drive. Now that brings me to another subject: is how to eat when you're driving. There's a lot of science and nuance to it in order to do it without wearing a bunch of shit. And the lifers can tell you, man, they can, there's nothing that they can't eat when they're driving.
Oh no, that's for sure. I've learned my lesson the hard way. Especially, I've learned with peanut butter and jelly the most, because you end up getting a slop of jelly on you.
The sloppy ploppy.
Well, I think yours was number 3 with 9%. I think you put in dried cured meats, didn't you? Wasn't that you?
I did. Yes.
Slim Jims, beef jerky. Oh my God. I like the gas station beef jerky that comes in the big jar and you got to get the tongs to get it out. That's my favorite beef jerky.
Yeah. I didn't even know they still did that post COVID. Everybody's concerned about, it's fucking jerky. Okay. It's like, there's enough salt to fucking kill a rhino on that damn thing, let alone rhinovirus.
Right.
But that's okay, because also, again, jerky, for all its advantages and wonderfulness, you do get a little greasy with it, especially in the really good stuff that's just dripping with fucking grease. That's
the pemmican stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but you got to watch your ass when you're driving, because you don't want to have a big ass wad of grease on your shirt when you go to that next stop. So that's great when they're individually wrapped, so you can just peel it like a banana and just look at eat it, and then just kind of feed more of it out as you're eating and stuff. It's really good. We can't talk about jerky without talking about Buc-ee's.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's for goddamn sure. I tell you, it's what was the stuff? The Bohemian garlic jerky is my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's some
good
shit.
And you turned me on to that, and I did try it when I was out in Crossville, Tennessee, when we got to stop at the Buc-ee's there, and I got emotional, Jack, as all the jerkies that they had, and the fact that it was in like a counter. Like it was actually fresh meat, and they had the refrigerated counter with more jerky than I can imagine, different flavors of jerky. I was just in awe. And yes, the Bohemian garlic was something special.
Oh, I love that stuff. And I tell you, the first time I saw that wall, the song when they break through the forest on the Wizard of Oz and they first see the Emerald City in the distance, that song that's one thing I have. That's the song that went through my head for that one. But no, it's fucking Buc-ee's jerky's the shit. Man.
You can say everything about gas station jerky and stuff, and it's all good. But Buc-ee's is like a Taj. Buc-ee's is a Taj fucking Mahal of jerky, of gas station jerky. Actually, Buc-ee's is a Taj Mahal of gas station anything.
Agree.
If anybody has gone to a Buc-ee's and gone into the middle of the building and gotten over there where the brisket and the pulled pork and the smoked sausage and all that stuff is being doled out, man, again, Crossville, Tennessee. My beautiful bride and I, we were going on vacation. We stopped there before we went to the resort, and we picked up some jerky. We picked up some beaver nuggets, which are phenomenal also.
Yeah.
But we had to stop. We were like trying to figure out with dinner. Traditionally, whenever we go to a resort, the one thing we do is we order a pizza from whatever local place is by. But we were at Buc-ee's, man. We weren't doing that. So we both got we each got a 3-meat sandwich from there, which was, I believe, brisket, smoked sausage, and either pulled pork or turkey. Holy shit, Jack. That sandwich itself was about 1.5 pounds.
Yep. Yep.
And
I've had those.
The bun was incredibly intense. I remember when I left, I put it out to Pest Control Humor Depot, my favorite group. It's like, guys, is there anybody out here that does a Buc-ee's? Can you find out what bakery supplies their buns and let me know? And somebody did. I can't remember what it was. I'll have to look back. But yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Buc-ee's at all.
Hell no.
Clean.
No.
Their shitters are clean. Yeah, it's just phenomenal. What can I say?
And I get a T-shirt every time I go. I have a collection of Buc-ee's T-shirts.
Do you?
That and beer koozies. They have those for the pound. They have beer koozies for those pounder cans. The big pounder cans. They got nice. Koozies for those. I got one of those. Wow. Number 2 with 12%. This was my choice. Homemade sandwiches. I tell you, I lived off of Carl Buddig sliced meat because it was the cheapest, like 75 cents a pack. Yeah. I lived off that shit for the longest time. But homemade sandwiches. I usually use mustard so it doesn't go bad during the day. But in the summer, you don't make a sandwich with mayonnaise because if you can't get to it, it's in a hot truck. Oh, that stuff turns clear.
Jack. I have a cooler. I have one of those soft-sided coolers, and I will take a gallon Ziploc bag every morning, and I will fill that with ice, and I will put it in that cooler, and anything goes after that. The sandwich stays cold. My bottled water stays cold. My my side dishes, whatever they may be, be a bag of chips. Who cares about the chips? Those chips get eaten about 9:00 in the morning anyway. They get yanked out of the fucking cooler. But no, man, my mayonnaise based sandwiches sound good. I have eaten potato or chicken salad. I've had tuna salad. I've had like roast beef with some of that Werber's horseradish sauce on it, which is mayonnaise based. And everything's been nice and cold, and I've really enjoyed it. Now, if you're going to take a sandwich and just set it on your passenger seat, drive along, mayonnaise might not be such a good idea.
Well, my broke forgetful ass would be so tired at the end of the day, I'd forget the cooler. So I'd bring my lunch. I'd bring my lunch in whatever shopping bag we had laying around at the house. And then by that time, there's nothing cold in the cooler, and the shopping bag will keep your stuff cold until almost the time you get to work.
I see it. I get it. When I pack my lunch in the morning, the last thing that I throw in the lunchbox is my truck keys.
Yeah. So you don't forget them.
That makes me damn sure I don't forget my lunchbox.
Yep.
Yeah, it's part of my morning routine.
All right, and number one at 20% of the vote, nicotine.
Nicotine.
I've had me some Lucky Strikes for lunch. That's for sure. When you're hungry, nothing kills the hunger like a nice drag off a strong cowboy killer cigarette.
Well, Lucky Strikes are a good hot meal because, after all, it's toasted.
It is. Oh, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
Fine tobacco. Yeah. Lucky Strikes won the war for us. Back in the old WWII.
That's for sure. Well, I tell you, everybody, thank you for contributing to that poll. That was actually really good. And I tell you,
it wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all.
We have a very good You Can Suck It story for the day.
Do we now?
Yes, we do. You want to hear it?
Sure, why not?
And now it's time for the You Can Suck It story of the day.
All right. Was given an inspection referral for mouse control by a buddy of mine who's in property management that had a peculiar renter at one of his houses. Granted, I was friends with him prior to our business relationship, but after his referral, I told him never refer me again. Mostly joking. The renter sounded real young on the phone, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt because maybe he's just very successful at a young age. How else could he be staying in a mansion for a week? Get on site, go through my pricing for rodent control up front, which he agreed to. Spend over an hour there checking every nook and cranny, deep dive into the crawl and attic as well. Set out a Peter North-sized load of traps. When it came to finally accepting payment, he said with 100% confidence and 110% seriousness, I can't pay you right now because I have 800,000 followers on TikTok, and I can give you a shout out instead of payment. I was flabbergasted, but I could still muster out, no. Either I'm getting a credit card today, or I'm backtracking and picking up all my traps. So he goes, influencer punk, every time you drink a smoothie, may it taste like my babies left over in a condom if I actually used them.
Ooh, man. Yeah. That cracks me up. I hope that. I don't know, Jack. What do you got, man? You warm me up here.
I hope you shit yourself on a TikTok live. I really do. I hope you're sitting there trying to be all cool and doing that little dance. And you just log out, and it rolls right down your leg where everybody can see it, and everybody calls you poopy pants for the rest of your life. That's what I hope.
I hope you do something that nobody even knows what it is, and then when you do it, everybody is like, "Oh my god, this guy is totally not cool," and you lose every one of them fucking followers.
I hope you try to make a trend and you make such an ass of yourself. The real trend is roasting you on every other fucking video ever made. That you're like the ass hat of TikTok. That's what I hope.
I hope Anheuser-Busch calls you up to ask you to be their next spokesperson.
With your little clitinus.
Clitinus. No, it's clitinus.
That's right, your clitinus. You got to do it with your clitinus. Hang that little clitinus out, baby. Let me see it.
Yeah. So, okay, Mr. TikTok influencer with your 8,000 followers, you can suck it.
You can suck it.
Yeah. Damn it, Jack. We have an incredible announcement to make on this episode of Tales from the Crawl Space.
Excited.
Cheese bags, cheese baguettes, ladies and gentlemen, and all the ships at sea, we have an important announcement to make. Coming up on an upcoming episode on March 22nd, we have as our guest none other, the one, the only, Paula Benedict. Yes, oh, fucking A. Yeah. No. Actually, we are actually going to be speaking to Dr. Nina Jenkins. And for those of you who don't know who Dr. Nina Jenkins is the co-developer of Apprehend Bedbug bioinsecticide.
Yeah, man.
I cannot believe she said we talked to her a couple of days ago, and she let us know that she has been listening to a couple of our episodes to kind of see what we're like, and still she is willing to come on the show.
Beyond me why she did it.
It blew my mind.
I know.
I was like, but okay. Now the reason we're springing this on y'all right now is because we want your questions. Now Jack has never used Apprehend because he's fucking retired. But I have used Apprehend, and we're also going to again, like I said, I was serious about Paula Benedict being on the show. The First Lady of PCHD will be deigning us with her august presence, and we all want your questions. I want you to ask anything you want to know about Apprehend, and we're gonna ask Dr. Jenkins all of this. And she has also been gracious enough to volunteer, some answers to these questions, the do's, the don'ts, what it's all about and everything. So, we're gonna dive deep into the Apprehend, because one of the things about Apprehend is I have done every type of, with the exception of fumigation, every type of bedbug treatment there is. And Apprehend, the biological treatment with Apprehend, has been the most effective, probably the most low impact bedbug treatment I've ever done. And to top everything off, I've had after 60 days of using this stuff, 100% of the bed bugs are dead.
Yeah, man, that's amazing.
Yes, and so I asked her to be on the show because this podcast is one that is listened to by people that maybe not listen to any of the other conventional pest control podcasts. A lot of the other podcasts have sticks up their ass, and I, for one, am glad that Tales from the Crawl Space is that stick. So, and I'm sure Dr. Jenkins would agree with that. So she's looking forward to answering your questions, and Jack and I and Paula are looking more than forward to talking to her, spending an hour with her, kind of picking her extremely fertile brain.
Yeah, I tell you, I mean, those other podcasts have their place. Great, technical stuff. They're a bit dry and sanitized, and I don't have the patience. It's like watching golf on television. Yeah. Everybody's talking so low, and he's coming up with the bait box, and he's going to set the bait box down. So no, I don't.
Welcome to the delicious dish. Today we have Alex Sweaty and Sweaty Balls.
But no, it's going to be a great show. I really enjoyed our little pre-screening conversation with her. She's got a great personality, and she's got some great stories to go along with the technical info too. So, I mean, just the one about the baby bed bugs. That's a tease for you. It's fucked up. It's way fucked up. So
y'all are gonna really love this the show on the 22nd.
Yeah.
Now, we do have a show in between, before that. So next week, Jack, PCHD has been blowing the hell up the last couple of days, and this hashtag 1125. Let's get that out there. To those of you that don't know, a certain douchebag on that was a former member of Pest Control Humor Depot, my favorite group, basically outed a meeting that he had with one of his technicians that was idling too long. Pretty much said that the guy was idling for 1,125 minutes per month. Once that post got out there, everybody lit up. And so, Jack, let's talk about. What do you say we talk about maybe talk about micromanagement next week?
Yeah, I had an idea of a show called Horrible Bosses, and I think micromanagement fits right into that.
I mean, horrible bosses and micromanagement go hand in hand.
They do. So I think, especially when it comes to micromanagement. But if you've got anything about horrible bosses and you want to submit a story, we'll keep it anonymous so your boss don't crawl up your ass. If he's
totally.
If he's a micromanager, we definitely want to hear about it. Oh my God!
Yeah.
But apparently, the trick to not getting busted for idling is to put it in neutral and pull the e-brake.
You know what? I heard about that. And before the guy got booted off the depot, what did he say? Well, I'm going to take the e-brakes off. Yeah, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah, that's not an OSHA violation, taking the emergency brake off.
Absolutely, it's not. It's totally
get on that one real steep driveway and your fucking truck just decides to go back down to the street on you while you're in the middle of doing your job.
Yeah, you know what? But I'll tell you what. That meme, as ridiculous as it was, basically showed somebody for what they are, and even if he just did it just to try to stir the shit, it's a damn shame he didn't see how close it brought us all together at Pest Control Humor Depot.
Oh yeah, no, you fuck with one of us, you fuck with all of us. That's for sure.
Right. You mess with me, you're messing with the whole fucking trailer park.
Well, I tell you, 11/25 became such a thing that I think it totally eclipsed Floorboard Friday.
It did, yeah. As a matter of fact, I didn't even take a picture of my floorboard today because, well, for one reason, I was busy as fuck. I had a lot of stops, but another reason was I was so busy trying to approve 11/25 posts while I'm trying to drive and eat my gas station food and kill bugs and do all this other shit. What can I say? The floorboard took a pass this week. And you know what? Rightly so, because you know what? 11/25? A meme has become a movement, Jack.
It has. It really has. It's a rallying point for cheese bags everywhere.
It is. It's like remember the Lusitania.
I think somewhere in the future, if we ever revamp the Tales from the Crawl Space logo, we ought to put like a little mini 11/25 in there somewhere.
That's right. Yeah. Oh man. But yeah. Oh my God. It's been crazy. But we would be remiss if we did not talk about it next week on micromanagement.
Oh yeah.
So all of our listeners in cheese bags, you got a lot of homework this week. So we need questions for Dr. Jenkins, and we need some good micromanagement stories. And again, everything will be anonymous. Don't worry about a thing. We'll make sure that nobody knows who you are, unless you want us to. Then we will. But no,
let us know.
Some people like to own that shit, and some people, they kind of want, they don't want to make waves, and we get that. It's important to keep your job.
Feel free to throw insults in there if you want to. If it makes you feel better, light them up.
So basically, Jack, what we're saying is next week's show is just going to be one giant "you can suck it" story.
Hey, I'm completely good with that. I'll put JT's "you can suck it" thing right at the beginning of the show. So it's time for the Tales from the Crawl Space "You Can Suck It" episode of the day.
Oh man! So good grief. So Jack, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some dessert.
Yeah, man, that sounds good, man. I'm gonna get me some oatmeal raisin cookies.
Oatmeal raisin cookies. I got some strawberry shortcake waiting on me.
Oh, I would love to, man. I can't have that. I kind of justify natural raisins and oatmeal being halfway decent for my diabetes. So I'll have one cookie.
There's some days that I envy you, Jack, and there's some days I don't. This is the day that I don't.
Well, all right, boys and girls, you got your work cut out for you. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm actually going to put the video on YouTube so you can see our sexy faces for about an hour and 5 minutes. So, there, love you guys. But until then, we ask you to respectfully bug the hell off.
Bug off.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Thanks for listening to Tales from the Crawl Space podcast. You can find us on just about every single podcast outlet there is online. So be sure to subscribe, and we'll have a new episode next week. Don't forget, you can find us on Instagram at TFTC Podcast, on Twitter at Crawl Space Tales, and you can also find us on Facebook at the Pest Control Humor Depot. See you next week.